All right, it's saying it's recording now.
Yeah, it's recording.
Peace and light, family. I am Shayola the Artisan, and I thank you for tuning into Rawish with Shayola the Artisan. So I am recording on one phone and looking at another, so hopefully I'm not too distracted between the two. So before we get started, can everyone see me?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yay. So, Tip, you were going to say something? Was there something that you wanted to say?
Oh, no.
No? Okay. Oh, you were just reminding me to do that. All right. So, who has, does anyone have dried chickpeas that they're going to be working with today? No? Okay. So, meanwhile, that's going to be the first thing that I do is to boil my chickpeas, which have been soaking. So of course I err on the side of the dry because the can is, soaking in salt. So we don't really want to do that, but if you soak them, it will loosen them and it will take less time to boil. So I'm gonna get that started.
May I ask how long do you suggest soaking? I've always had a problem with mine never come out right, I don't think.
Okay, well, you can soak, I would say definitely for a 24-hour period. What helps chickpeas to boil quicker or quickly is Epsom salt, Lord, baking soda.
Okay,
all right, so we are going to boil. My apologies for having my back to you. With spring water. So I'm gonna put these on high. I probably should have started, but I wanted to be in alignment with anyone else that had to boil. Okay. So meanwhile, we can add a tad bit of salt and just a tad bit of cold pressed olive oil. So typically speaking, you should allow the water to boil first, then add the salt, but I didn't do that, but no, that's the right thing to do. So while that is boiling, we will start with the next project, which would be, well, first off, let me go back a moment. Today, we will be creating a carrot tuna along with a seafood salad. Now, both of these are, well, the carrot tuna is definitely raw. The seafood salad is raw-ish because it has the chickpeas, which is being boiled over. Who remembers what classifies raw? At what temperature? Anybody?
Is it limited to what, 112, I believe? Is it?
It's limited to about 118. 112
Okay.
is the number that I said that I would work with. So,
Okay.
yay, Avis. Okay. So, and then the hearts of palm, which are not raw, veganese, which is also not raw. We can make those things raw. So, we are going to shave carrots. Does anybody have any questions so far?
No.
how long will you be boiling the chickpeas?
You said when?
How long?
Well, probably at the very minimum, an hour. So hopefully, we can get it situated before then, but we'll see. So then we want to, and these are fairly easy to make. I know going for the can is probably easier, but we only want to use that if we have to. So if you have the option, of course, you always want to go with it fresh or dry, depending on what it is. Now I am doing a 2-pound bag of carrots. Normally, I would do a 5-pound bag, but I don't need as much, and that yields about a quart of carrot tuna, which is, you know, a good deal. Any additional questions? How is everybody making out? Are we eating more live than not?
Yes, I am. I'm trying my best. I'm doing my best.
You are?
Yes.
So what changes have you made?
Well, I've actually been doing it all along. But since I've been, since we've been having to stay close to home, when you're in like that, it can be a little tough. But I do eat a lot of raw, and I've been doing it for a while. And
Okay.
I had stopped eating meats, I think maybe about 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years.
Nice. Getting ready for the shift. I hear you. That is awesome. Has anybody else made any changes or have been doing more of what they have been doing since you have to stay home now?
I just want to say one more thing. I'm still working on making changes, and so you've been very helpful with that, because I still sometimes do eat certain. I may eat a little fish sometimes, and so I'm still working on a few changes.
Okay. Well, it's an everyday process, so
Yes.
praises for the changes and or the consistency that you've shown.
Yes.
So I still eat fish.
Okay.
But definitely been, for the past, it's 7 months and stuff like that without, cutting the meat out and stuff. But I feel that you need to know different ways of different meals to cook, because you get tired of the same thing, the same flavor over and over again.
Right. I can understand that.
So when Laurice, did her little, made that little, the sandwich last week, I was like, I gotta try that. It was delicious, by the way.
I know that's right. Oh, big up to Laurice coming through with the great recipes. So you notice that I named half that dish after you and Queen Afua. I don't know if I told you that before. But
I saw the post. I thought that was so awesome. So awesome. As I learn, I just want to continue to share as much as I can, because I know a lot of people are, they don't know what to look for, where to look. They don't know what to do. Because I know when I first started the journey, last year, or a year and a half ago now, I was confused myself, so yeah, so I just, I've been sharing as much as I can, and lately I've been definitely doing more raw foods, so that's my goal. Yes.
That's awesome. Well, I'm definitely happy for the transition. I'm grateful for the idea, and for you allowing me to put my spin on it and name it after you. But I love it. It's one of my favorite things to make now. I'll just continue to do that. Kiva, have you made any changes to your diet?
I've slipped.
You said you slipped.
I slipped. I was doing really good when I was in swim, and then after, just kind of, I'm not doing too much meat, but yeah, the fish I am doing. So fish and shrimp, so like the seafood thing.
Oh yes, I know. I do the shrimp too.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the thing about slipping is that you know that your get up, your come up is strong, because you have the tools to do what you need to do, the bonds and the connections that, you have needed to make to get you through whatever it is, so.
Right.
So I have been really composting, y'all, and it is serious because I have, I think, more compost than garden. So I'm gonna try my best to just maintain this well. But definitely, Tiff, I know that you've asked for more of a like an agricultural type class.
Yes, yes, please.
I'm gonna share, you know, a little of what I do at home at some point, but I think I want to bring Kaya in to kind of lead. She has, you know, the experience more so. But I think we all, you know, I can show you what I am doing, which I know is working. So, anywho.
Yeah, I know Kiva is interested in that because she has a beautiful backyard and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she'll be able to plant her things outside. For me, I would need to learn how to do it on this patio I have.
Which is totally doable. So we'll just do both. As we continue to travel, you know, just making sure that we have seeds, we're keeping seeds, you know, sending them back to the earth, all that jazz. So what I'm doing now is just putting everything that can use a soaking inside of this bowl. And I am then going to soak it a bit. And this is alkaline water, which my key man is going to be like, I know you did not use a whole gallon of water. So that means I have to go back to the store. All right, so we want to use lemon water, more so lime, because the lime is less acidic than lemon. And just, you know, you want to clean it off. Of course, when we have our own gardens popping, we don't have to worry so much about doing all that. So we'll be good to go. Okay, so while this soaks, and oh, I left a carrot out, y'all. Why didn't you tell me I left a carrot? Actually, you got a whole carrot sitting on the table.
I love this Carrot Tuna.
This is the cottage, aka my kitchen, and I will be filming either indoors or outdoors. So today's weather, the temperature allowed for it, but it's kind of gusty, so I know, you know, that wouldn't have been good. So I'll be either inside or outside. So, you know, I'm just gonna be in the kitchen. All right, so we're gonna prep for both salads one time. So that's the only thing that we have to do. So as it relates, I normally use red onion. We talked about this last week. We know that onion will what? Who remembers?
It can kind of take away the nutrient source. I remember you saying something about that. I remember that.
Okay. Well, they oxidize quickly, so it tends to give off a fume or even a taste that will it'll spoil just a bit more quickly, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
these salads, I think I put it in the notes of the email, last for about 4, maybe 5 days. If it's properly maintained, which is just making sure that it's covered, you'll know that it's not good anymore because it'll start to have like a little twang to it. All right, so for both salads, I did pretty much a slither of onion. And we are going to, there are 2 ways in which you can do this. You can go across and dice that way. Or, which I probably should have did this first. I'm going to take the skin off. Probably too much skin, but it's all good. Or you could just come across like a grid. You want to come deep, but not so deep that you cut straight through the onion. And that's really all I need. I mean, if you're an onion person and you know that this is something that you can eat fairly quickly, you know, onion is also a great purifier for the blood. So, you know, you can use it. Maybe I'll do just a little bit more, because I know we're going to eat it. We are. It's not going to last.
Yeah, I love the red onions.
Yeah, I mean, they're now, you know, if you have your preference, great. I know some people like Vidalia. For me, I like the red for the fire, the color, and the taste. They're just a little sweeter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, you can also put, well, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say you can put it in the chopper, but I wouldn't put it in the chopper because the chopper makes it more like a mince. And we don't want to mince it. We want to chop it. So, but I'll show you how we would mince maybe the celery. Okay. So we do know that when we purchase our produce, if you get it from the organic section, the SKU number should start with a 9. If you get it from the regular GMO section, it will start with a 4 or 3. So sometimes things can be mixed in, but if your intention is to get organic, make sure that the SKU number starts with 9. So I'm just going to rinse this quickly. All right, so then I'm going to take just a portion of it. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of the vein out so it's not visible in the salads. So we'll do this like similar to how we were doing the onion. You can just flatten it out on the board. We'll do slivers or slices. You don't want to make your slices too thick. It's totally up to you. All right. Clarice, were you making your chickpeas now? Now, who remembers what the red pepper is high in? Anybody?
That's vitamin C.
Vitamin C, though. And go ahead and take them notes. I hear you, Davis. All right, so y'all know I like this knife. It's one of my favorites. It definitely needs to be sharpened, so I'll definitely do that the next go around. Did Vanita come on the line yet?
Who?
Vanita, are you here? All right, she hasn't come on yet.
I don't see her name.
Okay, it's all good. Oh, Avis, did you get the replay from last week?
I don't think so.
Tip, did you get yours?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Avis, just double check. If you still haven't gotten it, I'll send it. So I'll strive to send it at least midweek. I don't have to wait until the Friday to get it. All right,
Okay.
so we diced obviously the onion and the red pepper. So now we're moving on to the parsley and the cilantro. And who remembers where the nutrients are in these herbs? Anybody? Anybody? All right, so the nutrients are going to definitely be more apparent in the stem. But the stem, definitely, they're pungent, so I'm not gonna use too much stem, okay? Now, what's important is to, whether you use a napkin, a white napkin, or paper towel, or just your hand, you want to try to get out as much moisture as you can, right? And then I'm going to just take the stems that are hanging out.
So you said the nutrients are mostly in the stem, well, the
Yeah,
parsley and the, okay.
Well, really in most herbs, right? Because we come from the ground through the root into the flower, into the leaf. So, but like I said, it's definitely pungent. So now, what's that, Avis?
Now, I was just going to say, I use the cilantro a lot. I use parsley sometimes, but I use cilantro a lot, especially in my smoothies. But I'm always taking the stems off. So, okay.
Yeah, me
Oh, well,
too.
if you're putting it in the smoothie, I would definitely say try to leave on as much stem as you can.
Okay.
Yeah. Parsley is really good for the eyes. So if you can, just incorporate more fresh parsley, you'll be good to go. And if you are also, like we said last week, still eating seafood, you want to eat as much cilantro, fresh cilantro as you can.
Okay. Yeah, I eat a lot of cilantro. I use a lot of cilantro.
Okay.
So that's
All right.
That's good.
So what I'm going to do is pour this water off so I can just pick what I need. If you don't have a water filtration system, you definitely need to get one, because the stuff unless you're in Florida, which I hear has a really good water system.
I've heard that.
You're not drinking regular tap water or showering with it for real.
Right.
Okay, so what we're gonna do next is juice our carrots. Now this is multi-purpose because you don't want to throw away either portion, albeit the juice and obviously the pulp, because that's what we're going to be using. All right, you ready? Okay, so we definitely want to hold on to the juice. You can use this and add ginger, lime, beets, perfect. If you don't have any of that, the ginger and the lime at the very minimum, but the beets along with the carrots is also a good blood purifier, right? So we want to make sure that we're eating the rainbow. So all things that represent the color spectrum is what we want to be taking in.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
About how long is it good to keep for like the juice, like you juice the carrots? Like what do you think, like a couple days?
Well, you really anywhere up to 72 hours if it's really cold. But 24 hours really is a good time for live juices, because then they really start to break down, and you want all of the nutrients while things are still binding. Because if you notice, when you have a live juice, starts to separate.
Yes.
And after you leave it. So
Right.
even when you're fasting or you're going through your detox, you should only make the juices up to 72 hours to last. But they should definitely be stored cold.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Store it cold, but you know, you want to drink it at a decent temperature too. You don't want too much cold to penetrate the body. All right. So I smell the chickpeas. So what I'm gonna do now to hurry it on up prayerfully is add some baking powder. It's gonna fizz up. And I'm putting, this is probably about a tablespoon, a full tablespoon. That's still going. Nowhere near done. All right, so what's next? What's next would be to take all of your carrot, without the noise, without that, right? Now, typically what I have experienced is even when you run it through the juicer, you'll still have some little clumps in there. And although you may be cooking for just yourself or your family just do a little rinse before you run your hands through. Through the mixture. So what we're looking for, you know, are pieces like that. I mean, it's not, you know, if you don't do it, it's not crucial. But I usually give myself that excuse so that I can have something extra to blend with the celery. So you could just take your time. I found a couple of pieces. See, like that would be, you know, pretty big. Yeah, I can be a little OCD-ish with the rinsing of the hand, so excuse me.
I'm like that too.
So I had a fairly big piece of celery. We don't want to put too much celery because it'll overpower the dish. So I'm gonna do probably that's about 3 inches from the top. So not that much. But if you like celery, you know, which is a good diuretic, you know, do you. I'll put that over here. So the next step would be to, and you don't have to use the, as a matter of fact, I'm not. Let me just not be extra. Because then I'll have to wash it and all that other stuff. That being extra or lazy? I don't know. So I'm just gonna chop this up very quickly. Now, if you are in chef school, like I say, they'll tell you you're not supposed to move the knife off of the cutting board. But I didn't go to chef school, so I'm just gonna chop.
You said they'll tell you what?
So the knife point should not leave the cutting board, right?
Okay.
So this knife should be a little longer for what I'm doing, and your thumb should be at the anchor of the knife so that you can, you know, grip it.
Okay.
You know, just these little tidbits that I hear through the grapevine.
Yeah.
Okay. I may do a little bit more of the celery now that I see. Does anybody have any questions thus far? Can you see? Is anything in the way?
Yes, I can see okay.
So now what I'm going to do is just put some of the parsley and the cilantro. a little bit of the green pepper, excuse me, of the red pepper. And you can do half and half for real good because it's you know, for both salads. And I'm gonna take a little of the onion. Okay. So then the next step would be to add your kelp. Now this is my fish, or I don't want to say fish, my sea vegetable seasoning. And it's just a collection of sea vegetables. You can use kelp or you can purchase my seasoning. So just let me know if that's what you're checking for. Now I want this to have a nice fishy or sea taste, if you will. So I'm going to put a full tablespoon. No, I'm going to do 2. I'm going to add salt. This can also be to your liking. And you can adjust. I put the 2 tablespoons because I know that I like the blend. The kelp is very fishy in and of itself, so you don't have to do anything extra if you don't like. Now, instead of using relish, I'm going to just use honey. You can use agave if you so choose. The relish is high in fructose, so I don't use it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add a little pepper. All right. Then we have our veganese. Excuse me, the pepper has gotten to me. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. So this veganese, I love.
Yes, I use that. I love it.
What's that?
I use that as well. I love it.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, it does. I know some people have a coconut allergy, but for those who may not be familiar with, its ingredients are an expeller, safflower oil, filtered water, brown rice syrup, apple cider vinegar, pea protein, salt, mustard flour, lemon juice concentrate. Okay, so
awesome.
You can have everything that's in here. Now, this is about 2 tablespoons. You don't really need as much, depending on how you desire your texture to be. So I'll show you my texture if you want to strive to match that. All good. Can you all see the chickpeas behind me? Can you see what's happening here? So when you put the salt, the baking powder, it foams up. Can y'all see that? Not really. Anyway. All right. So what we have is our carrots, the red pepper, our mix.
Tilt your screen. Tilt it a little bit.
Tilt the screen itself?
No. Tilt the bowl to us.
Oh, can you see?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. All right, so your veganese, your carrots, your seasoning, a little salt, your honey, your red pepper, red onion, cilantro, parsley, celery, right? And then we're just gonna mix. Now, there are a few ways that you can enjoy this. You can have it as a part of a sandwich. You can make sushi wraps out of them. I'm not going to make a sushi wrap, but I am going to use my seaweed, and I'll just show you how that looks. I'm adding more. Now, I'm adding more veganese is the thought. When if you were to use the 5-pound bag of carrots, you would use 8 ounces of veganese. Now that I've run so many times, I can spit that recipe. Oh, I forgot a big piece. So I do have a taste tester on the scene, ready to go. You ready, sis? You ready to taste? All right. So if you would bring down the seaweed for me. Seaweed. And then I want this to really be live because it's just like, she could be making anything over there. So come on this side of the table.
Hi, everyone.
This is my sister friend, Ika,
Hi.
my
Nice.
Afro
Hello.
Nigerian queen.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
I was back there learning the whole time as well. This is amazing.
All right. Okay. So what we're gonna do? Take the plate. We're going to now these I get from Kroger. I love them. They're to me the perfect size. So I used to eat seaweed that would cut the side of, because I'll eat them like chips. Just annoying. But these are the right size, I feel. So if you wanted to do this as an appetizer, who's a fan of seaweed?
I am.
Who said that? Who goes there? Larice?
Uh-huh.
Yay! So seaweed, of course, from the sea. That's where we come from, right? Mommy's water. It's really a great source of protein as well. So just so you know that you can get your protein from the seaweed as well. So I'm gonna do, look how generous I am, giving her 3 whole, because I know she's gonna love it.
Well, I'm also obsessed with seafood.
And she's also obsessed with seaweed. All right, the only thing I wanna do is add a little bit more salt. All right. So these are real live, and don't be like, oh, I love it. No, I can't tell her what to do. So you got okay.
My
all right.
face doesn't lie.
Yeah, I hear that now. Her face doesn't lie. So now you gotta look into her eye. Look at the cheeks. So you can, when you pick it up like I guess. So what else is great with this? It's like a cheese melt. So you could grate some vegan cheese over it. Diet is a good, it's an okay brand in terms of processing. All right.
Okay. Let's go for this one. Just
However you feel
okay.
you can enjoy it best. Do it. Do it.
Ready?
You got it? You like?
It is like amazingly delicious.
Yay! Amazingly delicious. Oh, we should after so many weeks, after this whole shift of life, get together, cook something together, and enjoy.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
So I'll give the rest of these to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much. And if you can send me the heart of palms, that would be perfect. Okay. So the next step is I'm going to do just a little bit more celery. Yeah, that's fine. I think you can put them right here in this bowl. So we're getting the heart of palm ready. Now, preferably you want to get the heart of palm that comes in like the stalks. I'll show you that in just one moment. I find that every 8-ounce portion of chickpeas would be great with 2 stalks of hearts of palm to give it that the texture of a seafood salad, the appearance of a seafood salad, and the taste. I didn't love the lasagna. I don't know if the lasagna flats is another way that they come. It didn't seem to do the job. So my recommendation is the stalks. So meanwhile, I'm going to check on the chickpeas. So this is what I mean. Now, these would be great. You could do these as like fish sticks. You can be so creative with the hearts of palm. With the lasagna flats, you could do that as a fish sandwich. I don't know if I would demo it, only because it's a fried. I don't know. Even these fried. But anyway, we're not frying them, which is great. You don't have to do anything to them. They're going to be in its current state when we use them. So let me check the chickpeas. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
No? Oh my goodness, they're ready. Ow, 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 ow. So Larice, I told you an hour, right?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe not so much an hour. So definitely soak for 24 hours. And I think on a high heat with the baking powder, the baking soda, that was, I guess a little shy of an hour. So maybe 40 minutes. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to the next thing, which is to drain off the chickpeas. Now I know you can't really see me. I'm just rinsing off in cold water the chickpeas. Oh, I'm so impressed. I know we don't turn the fire up that high, but it works. Okay, family, I am back. So, what did I miss? Anything? Anybody? So we're just gonna allow the chickpeas to drain. Now, because I put the baking powder in it, baking soda, I don't know why I keep saying baking powder. When I put the baking soda in it, but I didn't clean the foam as it was going. So I have a little foam, which is okay. So for the sake of time, I'm going to take that napkin that I've been telling you about, and I'm just going to pat it in or pat it down to take some of the moisture out of it. Now the only, I tell y'all, I'm gonna have to like take 3 lists with me and like set 3 alarms to like triple check your list. The other thing that would go in here would be scallions. And that's just for color. I mean, taste too, but for color. All right. So I don't know if you can, I'm gonna try to show this to you. This is how much water came off. So you definitely wanna make sure you allow it to drain properly. Okay, so the next step is to make sure that your chopper is good to go. And what I'll do is exchange places. Is everyone with me?
Yeah.
No, that didn't sound confident at all. Talk to me.
Yes.
Tell me. I
Yes,
have
yes, yes.
time. I'm here for it. Who has a question? Okay, let me stop for a second. So as it relates to the carrot tuna, are there any questions?
I have a
No?
question. Do you usually put it in like the refrigerator to get cool, or you just eat it at room temperature?
I like it room temperature personally. It's something that, because it's like tuna fish, is something that is served cold typically, but room temperature is cool. You should
Okay.
be able to just make it and serve it. It shouldn't take anything.
And what if like you don't want to do the seaweed?
If you what?
What if you don't want to? Somebody's moving around. I don't know.
Okay. Mute your phone, ladies, for me, please. Mm-hmm.
What if you don't want to do the seaweed?
Oh,
What
no,
would you
yeah,
serve
you
it
can
with?
whatever you want. You can put it on, you can make it as a part of a green salad. You can make it as a sandwich. You can
Okay.
make it as a wrap. So whatever you would
Okay.
do with tuna, you could do with this.
Okay.
However that may look to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody else have any questions? Okay. Now, as it relates to the chickpeas, we are going to put them into the food processor. Now, luckily, these are already really mashed or cooked to a soft consistency, so we don't have to do much. I'm gonna give it a little. I'm gonna show you this consistency so you can see. Okay. So this is pretty much how it looks. Right? Now, because the rest of it is pretty, like I said, it's already more in a very soft state. So I don't really even have to run it. I'm just gonna stir it or mix it, not stir, mix. All right, then we're gonna take, that was 16 ounces. So I'm gonna do 4 nice size hearts of palm. I'm gonna put this into the chopper. Now you don't have to, but the inner core of the heart of palm is a little tougher than the out. So, you know, you can gauge it, but normally I put it in just for a few seconds. Maybe. Okay, so the hearts of palm go in with your mixture of chickpeas. And then just put the rest of your herbs. All right. We are going to do the same. Now that is about 3 tablespoons, but I'm gonna do 4. So 4 tablespoons to the 16 ounces of chickpeas. We'll see how that works. When you deal with the different measurements, of course, you want to make sure that you are gauging properly. So 1, 2, and then like 3.5 for everything else that fell in there while I was doing that. So the same thing, no relish. You can do your honey or your agave. And I'm gonna do about a teaspoon. You can add your pepper. And you can add your sea salt, your pink Himalayan sea salt. There are other salts that you can use, but the pink Himalayan is most commonly found. Then you want to mix this up. All right, Ika, you ready for this
Tasting? Yes.
this tasting?
And what is the name of this again?
So this one is the seafood salad.
Okay, that's
And
right.
why call it seafood salad when there's no seafood in it? Well, I use the sea vegetables to season the seafood salad as my, this is what it is.
Awesome.
All right. I'm going to add just a little bit more. All right. Do you want to taste it with or without the seaweed?
I'm fine. Anything is yummy.
Okay. So that little white plate, back to plate over here.
Plates, yeah, I get it.
All right. So this is the consistency.
Oh, that looks yummy.
Okay.
That looks.
Then here again, you can do the same thing. You can make it into a salad. You can make it into a sandwich. You can use crackers. Now this can also be a tuna sub, but because I already have something that I'm referring to as tuna, I just use a different name, I reckon.
So where do you buy your sea vegetables?
Elwood is where
Okay.
I typically go, but I
Okay.
feel like there is a brand mix of kelp. There you go. She's coming around. So remember, there's a brand that I think it has like a yellow. It's in a glass jar, yellow top. But I'm here for you, boo. You right here. So if you need, I got you right here. Right here.
Okay.
All right, let's
Awesome.
see. Watch her face. We're looking at the face.
Okay, seafood salad. I know you're gonna think I'm saying it's yummy just to say it, but it's so yummy.
Oh wow! I believe it.
Too yummy.
It's got the right consistency, the right amount
Wow.
to eat. It's just good. It's filling, but it's also light at the same time.
That filling but light. That
Wow.
right there. Oh, I'm so happy that was on camera. That is it. We want it to be filling and light, right? So after you eat, you shouldn't feel, like you have the itis. You should be
Right.
feel charged and ready to get into your work. So here again, we have the seafood salad.
Wow.
Okay, with
Looks
its main
good.
ingredients being the chickpeas and hearts of palm. And then we have our carrot tuna, right? Which, here again, if you make it as a sandwich, as a tuna melt, it's just delicious. In another show, I will show you how to make the aioli. Now, the aioli is a good enhancement to more so the carrot tuna than the seafood salad. Maybe we'll make that when we do lentil burgers. That's the next thing, or one of the items on the list. So, how are we feeling? Questions, thoughts, concerns? Anything at all?
How long can you store that? Like,
You
if
can
you don't
store
eat it
this
all?
up to 5 days
Okay.
in the fridge. I wouldn't freeze it and then go back to it.
Right.
I think the consistency would be thrown off if you did that. Anyone else? Anybody? Anybody? So heart to palm, typically in a jar. If the can is all that you have access to, then that's okay. Rinse. And I have these little props because I really was gonna make a sandwich. I mean, I can if you want to see that, or you could just make it on your own. How y'all feeling? How are you feeling?
Great.
Do you want to see a sandwich?
Yeah,
Or
make the sandwich.
Make a sandwich. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do then. You know what? How much time? Are we doing okay on time? Oh, we're doing okay on time. All right, so this is what I'll do. I will show you the aioli now, so we can make the sandwich, because I don't want it to be dry. So I'm gonna ask my lovely assistant to if you would get the spelt bread for me out of the fridge. Now, I typically use either a spelt bread or Ezekiel until I cultivate the type of bread that I know, I can have whenever I want because I know what's in it. So this bread is made locally. Prairie Grain is so awesome. Miss Robin works with me so diligently, especially like when I do big shows. She'll make these into little loaves. If you have been with my journey, you'll see these little guys. Anyway, we're gonna put this to the side for a moment. I am going to get the cutting board again. Because there is can you get me just maybe one slither of parsley and cilantro, or just give me the bag that it's in? Okay. Yep. So I will take that. I'm gonna take a little bit of parsley. So just so you know, like I said last week, parsley, cilantro, peppers, onion is like the base to most of my meals. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. So I have a handful of the parsley and cilantro. I'm going to use the filtered water to rinse it off and pray. All right. So we have, so here again, this is my secret sauce I'm sharing. Okay. So you gotta put your own spin on it when you go to do it. All right. So this is a clove of garlic. Now, the more garlic you put in it, the spicier or more bite it's going to have. If you find that you need an extra thing of an antibiotic, put you a whole clove in there. So we're gonna mash it, and we are going to just put it all in there. Now you can also put it in the chopper. It's not that much, so I know the blade won't, catch so much of it. Okay, so as thin as you can get it, right? Or maybe I didn't want that. I want something that's more of a bowl. All right. So then, I know I can use a totally different spoon, but I love my golden spoon. All right. We're going to take the same aioli. Put about 2 tablespoons. We're gonna add the garlic and the cilantro and parsley. So you're just repurposing your ingredients. All right, we're gonna add some lime. And then, now you can use date sugar. You don't have to use so much honey, but I love honey. That's what makes me want.
I love honey too. I use a lot of it.
I love it. I mean, where would he be without the bees? Okay, then. We'll take it real quick.
I don't know if I love the food more than your food prep dance. It's like a baby. Yes.
Okay, wait. So the next step would be to get a pan. When you do things impromptu, you gotta big. Alright, so we're gonna let the pan heat. We're going to, could you take that for me? Thank you so much. Now, one of the reasons why I choose spelt is because it's a little easier on the digestive system. It isn't gluten-free though, just so you know that part. And the spelt that Prairie Grain makes is a little coarse. So it's a nice complement to the soft of the carrot tuna or whatever you put on it. So we're gonna put our aioli. Yeah, hear what's playing in the background. Then we're gonna take the carrot tuna. Now, if you had, like I said, your cheese, you could do this as a melt. I didn't buy cheese because I was like, I don't need it. Now you can add also the lettuce, romaine lettuce. The darker the lettuce or the green, the better. You don't want to eat iceberg or anything like that. So then we're going to do like so. And then I am going to add just a little bit of olive oil for the crisp. Since there is a seasoning in there with the green top. Now, remember what we said last week, what seasoning, ground seasoning, check this part, do we not want to use? Do we remember that? Anybody? Garlic powder. Right, so we don't want to get in the habit of using garlic powder. But this is like a little, just the extra that I do for the bread when you toast it.
What kind of seasoning was that again?
So this is the Badia complete seasoning. So I just like the cilantro and pretty much everything that is in the carrot tuna.
And why don't you use garlic powder?
It has no medicinal purpose.
Okay.
Very different from onion powder. So if you can keep it to fresh garlic, you're better off.
Right. Okay.
It's like iceberg lettuce.
Right.
You use it, but it really doesn't have any nutritional value. All right, so I'm gonna let that just toast a bit. And because I am really working on my OCD, I'll try not to pick this all while we wait. Do we have any more questions? Do you feel like you're learning? Have you learned anything in today's class? Was it a reminder?
Yes, absolutely. I'm loving this.
Yeah, this is excellent for me. I actually I've looked up both of these recipes online and I've tried to make them myself, but I definitely like the way that your approach to it better. So thank you so much for doing this.
You're welcome, Laurice. You're welcome. No, I mean literally when I was surprised when you came through with your raw meal. And I was like, I really like this. I just want to try it with my seasoning and some scallions. And I love it. So I thank you for looking it up,
Right.
trying it, and sharing it with me.
You're
I
welcome.
feel like I'm appreciative. I appreciate that. That's why I named it after her, because I'm so appreciative. All right.
Thanks.
So yes, Laurice, royalties are coming soon.
Okay.
Yes, y'all heard me say it. You heard me say it in
I receive.
February of 2020.
I say.
Queen too, because if it wasn't for her, I just don't even know, honey. All right.
Tell me about it.
So it's just a light toast, nothing to brag about. And then, like we were in school, a little bit, we are going to, you hear that crunch?
Yes.
Don't mind it. Goof Troop Central. All right, you ready?
Always.
Come on over. Look at this. All right. No, this one I want to, because we're done. No, I'm going to wait. Because then I'll be talking and I'll have all of this. Likes. So, yeah. Can you say Shayola?
Yes, I can.
Oh, you were going to say, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, again, I just love the consistency inside. And then the crunch, and it's sort of like, it creates a foundation for everything that's in the middle, and it also makes you look forward to bite it into it. It's crunchy.
Yay! We go for the crunch.
Okay.
So that's the way that you can make it as a sandwich. Like I say, you could do it as a sushi roll. You want to use your coconut wrap. You could do it as an egg roll. Of course, that's deep frying. But although it says, I think it says like egg wrap on it, I didn't see anything in the ingredients that actually indicate that egg or byproduct of egg is actually in it. So maybe we can circle back around and maybe we could just do wraps. We'll see. Egg rolls, excuse me. But we'll see. Anywho, how are we feeling? Any questions? Coming back next week? And I'll figure out some sort of package for those of you who are like, you know what? I'll take 3 classes. I'll take 3 of those, please. And of course, discount the price because I appreciate obviously the support and being able to share my gift. Like, I'm so grateful. This is probably, random, but I just learned that my great-grandmother on my mother's side was a cook. My great-grandmother on my father's side was a hunter and an agriculturist. My grandmother, mother are also cooks. My father and great-grandfather and grandfather, my father, grandfather, and great-grandfather were also cooks. So I say all that to say I love this. And I love being a part of a movement that will allow me to share what I do without having to alter. Because when I first entered this space, people were like, you have got to do meat. That's the only way that you're going to make it. You have to curtail your menu to include meat. No one's gonna book you. And that is so not even close to the truth. So I'm happy that I was able to remain true to who I am, because at the end of the day, I may be able to show you how to prepare meat, but I can't taste it. So I don't really know what I'm giving out to the world. So I'm gonna stick to what I know. So, you know,
Well,
we made
I
good
definitely
time again.
definitely
Yes.
appreciate you
Thank you
sharing
so
your
much,
gifts
Nathan.
with us. Thank you. And I think I think a lot of people are just going, going meatless. So I think you are just, your timing is perfect for this is your season. Your timing is perfect. So I think this is going to go great for you. I really feel like that. I feel like you're really going places with this.
Good thanks. I appreciate it. Oh, good thanks. Good
Yeah.
thanks. Well, if you have any suggestions, anything that you would like to do together, just let me know. I'm here for it. We can even test some things out, especially with the dehydrator. I don't know how we'll work it, but we'll figure it out. So
Yes. Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Y'all take care. I'm gonna walk around so that I could press end, or maybe you could do it for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See you next time.
Ooh, so I want to add salt to